The mirror command is going to allow us to transform an object and or copy itself around a mirror line. You can make a copy of the mirrored item or not. It's one of the options that you can choose. And watch out for the mirror text system variable that allows a user to specify whether text objects are mirrored or not. So let's clear the overlay here. Click on the view here, type M to jump down to the M list. Double click to make it current. OK, and here's your mirror exercise. So we've got a shape here that you may have spent a lot of time designing, and you realize after you've drawn it that it's mirrored from the view that you really want. So select these objects here, and then spacebar when you've identified the objects you want to mirror. Now the prompt says specify first point of mirror line, so I'm going to use a running OSNAP called endpoint. So let's clear that, get rid of the previous ones we were using, and turn on just endpoint. And then let's grab the endpoint here. Notice my aperture is on the left portion of this horizontal line, not over here, because that donut has endpoints that may be different. And then we're going to right click over on this right side to identify a mirror line that's horizontal. And notice down on the command line it says, do you want to erase the source objects? And let's say yes. In this case we want to flip it over. If we'd said no, we would have had a copy and we would have had a duplication there, which is what we want in many cases. So let's practice with this little apartment building here. We're going to quickly copy this little apartment out here over to this location, and then let's investigate MIRRTEXT. MIRRTEXT is turned on, so that means it will be mirrored. The number 1 there indicates an on position, and on means we will be mirroring the text. We don't want that, so we type in 0 for the off position. And then grab the mirror command here, select this item we just copied over. The mirror line is around its own right wall here. We now have 2 apartments with living spaces adjacent to living spaces. So let's mirror again. So our 2 apartments can quickly become 4 apartments, and so on. So you can grow that very fast if you had a large building with similar floor plans. And let's copy this mechanical part here as well. Now just to illustrate the MIRRTEXT and how it works, let's type it in again. MIRRTEXT, and let's turn it back on, the normal default that we don't want. So let's do a flip on this. If we've got this shaft flipped around, the flange is on the left, the stub is on the right, and we may prefer that it be the other way. So let's grab mirror command, mirror this object. It's a single block, and the mirror point, let's use a midpoint here. Grab the midpoint there, and you can mirror around any orientation you want, but to make sure it's vertical I'm going to press my F8, which is my ortho key, and I'm going to push my crosshairs up to create a vertical line, as opposed to if I pull to the right I get a horizontal line. So let's push up, and once again it says, do you want to erase the source objects, and I will say yes, so that I just flip it around. So in this case MIRRTEXT is backwards, so let's undo that quickly. And MIRRTEXT, we will set it back to the off, the preferred position. Quickly mirror this around his own. Let's make it vertical. Erase source, yes. And so there we have the block with an attribute mirrored, but the text did not mirror, which is not going to be very often that you really want to mirror your text.